Hello and welcome to Bible Study with Alice, and today we're on day 67, Psalm 67 of our daily psalm reading. We're reading from the ESV translation, but you're more than welcome to join us from a different translation. As you can see, we're on Psalm 67. These videos are filmed in real time. Today's date is the 9th of January 25 and it's a Thursday. You can find the previous 66 psalms in the playlist below. There is a disclaimer as usual, and that is one, these videos are unedited and also probably some of my wording. Let's get started. Make your face shine upon us, to the choir master with string instrument, a psalm, a song. May God be gracious to us and bless us, and make his face to shine upon us, Salam. That your way may be known on earth, your saving power among all nations. Let the people praise you, O God. Let all the people praise you. Let the nation be glad and sing for joy, for you judge the people with iniquity and guide the nation upon earth. Salam. Let the people praise you, O God. Let all the people praise you. The earth hath yielded it increased. God, O our God, shall bless us. God bless us. So we'll start with 6. The earth yield its increase. God, our God, shall bless us. God shall bless us. Let all the end of the earth fear him. So that is Psalm 67 complete, and tomorrow we'll do 68. Before I get into the second part of the video, I will mention to new viewers, and returning viewers will know what I'm talking about. I will now put a post-it note onto the screen which will talk about the psalm, and we will talk about the time period that the psalm is written in. There are a lot of psalms in the book of Psalms where historians and scholars don't know when those particular psalms were written due to poetic styling of how it was written. Could be there's no event linked. It could be an event happened but they couldn't be 100% sure when it happened, just they know it happened. So those type of things that they take into consideration when they take it, making a bigger picture on how that psalm is written. So with Psalm 67, it was written during 1500 BC and 1400 BC. So it is a psalm that has a date, and it's one of the first ones for a while. And Psalm 67 is a prayer for God's mercy, blessing and light. And the key features throughout the themes are God's saving power, God's blessing, concern for other nations, and universal joy. So with that in particular, especially when it talks about concern for other nations. Now, this video is, my channel is not one of these political ones that we talk about politics, because to be perfectly honest, I don't understand it, and due to the fact that I don't understand it, I don't like talking about it. But what I will mention, and it's not going to be talk about politics, so we don't have to worry about that, is back when these psalms were written, there was a lot of fights going on with different nations in biblical times, but also in our current times there is a lot of war going on. Now, I'm not getting into who's right and who's wrong, because as I said, I don't understand it. So obviously we've got Israel fighting, having a fight with those in Gaza, like fighting over the Gaza Strip, and then you got obviously Russia fighting Ukraine. You got other countries within Africa fighting each other. You got obviously Iraq war that's been going on, Afghanistan, Iran, all those type of fights going on in the Middle East. and then you just got like issues just going on all over the world, and people are concerned for what's going on. Obviously, there is a lot of concern, especially with the Ukraine war even. Obviously, there is a lot of concern for people in Ukraine and for the country itself over what's going on. There's more concern for Ukraine than they are for Russia, because obviously Ukraine's been like bombed all the time, and obviously then there's like what's going on in the Gaza Strip. There's a lot of concern for what's going on there. Now, I'm not saying that nobody's concerned for Israel. I'm not saying anybody's, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying there is a lot of concern with what's going on between the two, and there's a lot of concern within the Gaza Strip, because there are obviously people who are from Israel who live in the Gaza Strip. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of concern going on here, there, and everywhere across the world. There is just so much concern. I mean, there's obviously concerns within, like, in the United Kingdom. There's obviously concerns within the United Kingdom with what's going on within the UK. And there's obviously concerns going on in America, because obviously, like as I said, I'm not into politics, and it's not something I like to talk about. But there's obviously been a lot of concerns during the most recent elections. Now, I'm not saying if the right person got in or not, because, as I said, this channel is not based on that. It's based on the Bible. That's what it's based on, this channel. As I said, it's not based on war or politics. But we're talking about the theme of concern for other nations. And yes, there are people within America who are concerned with what had happened at the most recent election. And there are people who are overjoyed at the fact that they got what they wanted, which is perfectly fine as well. As I said, it really is fine. Now, I'm not American, I didn't vote, so it's none of my concern who actually got in. But the point being is, obviously the world does look in at who's taking control of a country, because it then obviously has that concern of how that country will then be run, and its rules and regulations and policies and whatever. And obviously people are always going to be concerned for other nations, and obviously they're going to be concerned for their own. And in particular, this was obviously concerns of their nations. There was obviously concern for nations there. But God has that saving power. He is the one who knows what is right at the end of the day. He is the one who gives us blessings, and there's always going to be universal joy at the end of the day. The most biggest joy will be the second coming of Jesus. So yeah, that's going to be it. As I said, I don't really want to bombard people on politics, and it's like I said, it's not really, my channel isn't the place for politics, but I would only mention certain aspects of it if the theme has some reason to bring it in, because it's obviously, we're talking about it, and we can bring it into modern day times as well. We can use these psalms in modern days, and we can relate to those psalms in our modern lives. So that's why I mention these things. So I'm not mentioning it because I'm against certain people, against certain leaders, because at the end of the day, my opinion is I have a personal opinion, and I don't understand it. That's my opinion. I don't understand the politics, but I will explain the key themes in a way that we can all relate to in modern times. So that's all it's ever about. So it does mention Salal twice in Psalm 67, and we have mentioned it quite a few times, so I will mention it again. So Salal means rest, pause or reflection. So that's what Salal means. I will now write in the day and date. I always do that as well. So it's the 9th of January. So it's day 67 9/1/25, and tomorrow we'll be doing Psalm 68. Thank you for watching. Please like my content, please subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it, and please turn on the notification bell so you can get updates of when future content gets uploaded to the channel. Thank you and goodbye.